Guess what, people? Yes, it's that time of the week. It's Beat the First Man with me, Reedy. Coming up on this week's show, we have an exclusive special announcement for you. Look out for that in the show. We've got a brilliant How Old and easy like Sunday morning talks about the role of the ringer. So what are we waiting for? Roll the titles. Here we go this week, episode 65 of our silly little show, and as always, thank you so much for watching. It's much appreciated. If this is your first time on board the BTFM Bus, please be sure to click subscribe down below, not forgetting the little bell, because we don't forget people as well. I want you to get involved, leave your comments down below, drop your likes, get involved. It's your show as much as mine, trust me. So if everybody is on board the BTFM Bus, let's hit the road and get straight into How Old. Our guessing game, well, all we do is bring you a picture of an old footballer, and quite simply, all you got to do, guess how old he was when it was taken. As I've said many times before, simple. Except it's not, of course. So this week we head to sunny Spain. No, we haven't had many from there, but trust me, this one is well worth it. So it's a goalkeeper. He actually only made 90 odd appearances in La Liga. In fact, it might even have been Segunda Division. That's my Spanish for all you Spanish viewers. I thank you. He made 90 odd appearances for various clubs, but this picture actually comes when he played for a club called Las Palmas, so you may have heard of. To be honest, it's one of those where my words don't really do it justice. I think it's much better if we quite simply say, when this photo of Louis Clément was taken, how old was he? Now, I should add a little caveat. His full name is Louis Angel Clément Escobar. So in the interests of my own safety, I'd just like to say I think he's a very handsome chap and I won't hear a word against him. Answer to be revealed with Ted later on in the show, who I'm sure will have something to say about it. So Stoke Gabriel, our boys from Stoke Gabriel then, if you're new to the show again, these are boys we brought on board last season. They had a disastrous start. They'd lost 14 out of 14 and conceded over 150 goals. Anyway, this season's been a little better, where they've managed to pick up 4 points this season. It was another frustrating 1-goal defeat last weekend. They lost 2-1 at Colompton. So frustrating, close to a point, but not quite close enough. On the plus side, the narrow defeats mean the goal difference now, they're only 7 goals worse off than Sidmouth. Could the escape from the bottom of the league be coming? Who knows? Let's keep watching. This weekend is a home match, 9th place Dartmouth at home. Can it be time for some more points? Come on, you Stokey boys, this is your time. So, here we go then. Mind Aid 2021 announcement. Word. That's my klaxon because I can't afford sound effects, so just enjoy it. Anyway, so on Saturday the 4th of December, there will be a one-off special Beat the First Man as we team up with Mind Aid 2021. So what are Mind Aid 2021, are you saying? Reedy, what are Mind Aid 2021? Thank you. Well, let me tell you. So remember Band-Aid. So back in the day, well, this is Mind Aid, and in a twist, they've taken the famous Band-Aid tune and they've changed the lyrics to make it a bit more relevant to mental health. And hey presto, a Christmas release. So our announcement is on Saturday the 4th. There'll be a special one-off Beat the First Man Mind Aid episode where, landing on the channel, we will chat some of the participants on the song, talk about the music, why they're getting involved, what the single's all about. We might even throw a little bit of football banter in, just for the laugh. I know one of the people coming on are an Aberdeen fan, so there you go. Any of your Aberdeen comments, feel free to leave them below. So yeah, Mind Aid 2021, we're going to get right behind it massively, and I want you guys to do so too. First off, head to Twitter, Mind Aid 2021. Go and follow them, then you can see all the announcements for starters. It's going to be a big thing, and I think we should all get behind it. It's a real, it is okay not to be okay, and this is going to be part of helping that theory out. So, Saturday the 4th of December, a one-off special Beat the First Man Mind Aid 2021 special. Keep watching. So, last weekend it was back to Premier League action, which also meant the return of fantasy football. So without further ado, let's head on over to Dad v Lad, fantasy football. Okay, so here we are, Beat the First Man, Dad v Lad, fantasy football with me, Dad and Kian. Kian, how are we?
Not bad. Not too bad.
Ready to discuss last week's fantasy football results. So let's cut straight to the chase. Last week's result, Dad 53, Lad 66. You put me in my place by 13 points.
Well, see, I've been kind of saved a little bit.
Why have you been saved a little bit?
Because if there wasn't a bench that made by the actual app, I'd have lost.
Shocking. Explain yourself.
So I left Tyrone Mings out.
Yeah.
And I had Diaz playing. But Diaz didn't play, so it brought Mings in with 15 points over Diaz with 0.
Unbelievable.
So I've been saved by a bit of luck.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you should be ashamed. I mean, to be honest, you should give me that as a victory, really.
Not really. I mean, I picked him in my squad at the end of the day, so.
Incredible. Let's move on. Move on to this week. So I'm going to exclusively reveal I've made no transfers.
I've made 2.
Have you?
This week. I just need to figure out which ones they were.
No, I've made none at all. I've kept the same squad.
I've got pretty much all the same team apart from the 2 that I've brought in.
And who have you brought in?
So Conor Gallagher's come in.
Yeah.
For I can't actually see who he's coming in for. Hold on. Go on points. He's coming for Son.
I'm just going to take you back to your comments about Conor Gallagher when we were linked with him in the summer. I don't want him. He's shit.
Well, I thought he was, but he's obviously
not. After all, it turns out.
Yeah, but I mean, we have signed enough shit, so I had enough reason to be wary.
Yeah, and who else you brought in?
And I've brought in St Maximan.
You just copying my team now, so I can't beat you.
I mean, he's been playing well, and that Huang wasn't really doing much. He's kind of just started not playing well again. So I've put St Maximan in because everyone else up there is injured or shit. So
right, let's go through the lineups then. So I've 4-4-2 again this week. So I'm sticking with Martinez in goal, Palace away.
I've got Mendy in goal. I mean, they're playing Man United, and they've not even got a manager. They may as well give them the points now.
Well, yeah, it would save time. So my back 4, I've gone Diaz. I've got West Ham at home. Cody, I've got Norwich away. Chilwell, Man United at home. And Digne, Brentford away.
So I've got Diaz, if he plays, obviously. If not, then Mings can come in and save me again. Alexander-Arnold, playing Southampton at home. Reece James again, Man United at home, give him the points. And Ben White, we've got Newcastle at home.
Yeah, well, I have left Livramento out because they got Liverpool away. So I've dropped him and I've brought in Digne instead.
It's probably wise.
Yeah, I think so. My midfield 4, same again. Salah, Foden, Zaha, Rafinha. Can't change that.
I've changed mine. Obviously, Son's gone because he was not really done much in the last couple of weeks. So Gallagher's come in.
Yeah.
He's playing Aston Villa at home. And then you've got Foden. He's got West Ham away. He's currently captain, even though I have made it Salah. Salah, who's got Southampton at home. And Rafinha, if he plays, has got Brighton away.
Yeah, and then up top, my 2 up front. So I have made a change. You might have brought in San Maximan, but I've dropped him to the bench. So I have gone Ivan Toney because they got Everton at home, and Jamie Vardy because they got Watford at home.
I've got Antonio. Like I said the other week, I just can't drop him. He's not scored in ages, but he's not getting dropped. And St Maximan, obviously, I brought him in for Huang, and there's not really anyone on the bench. I mean, the guy on my bench is like 16, so he's not coming out.
Right. Okay. So captain and vice captain. So I've gone, who's your vice captain? I've gone Vardy as vice captain.
And my vice, I've stuck with Mendy because he seems to be playing really well with the vice captain and making me wish I picked him as captain. So keeping him as vice captain.
Well, I've gone Salah as captain, and I'm that close to making him triple captain this week. That close. But I've bottled it and I've not done it.
Well, I've also gone Salah as captain. Yeah. I mean, I look around my team, everyone's kind of playing each other, like West Ham. I've got a couple of West Ham players, but Salah's got Southampton, and I just think he's just going to score again, isn't he?
Because I've bottled the triple captain, anyone watching needs to get a massive bet on him getting a hat-trick, because it's definitely happening. Absolutely no 2 ways about it.
Sick, going a mile off.
So let's look at the overall then, Kian. So your 13-point victory over me last week has taken you up to 13th in the table with 657 points.
Not too bad.
I am now down to 19th with 622 points. So you are leading by 35 points overall, but a long way to go. Still only game week 12. Long way to go.
I'm kind of pulling away a bit again now. So,
well, I think this is a week I turn it back round.
We will see.
Jamie Vardy double incoming, and it's game on again.
So bet on him not scoring.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Playing winning.
So, Kian, you're back later with another listen up. Any little clues to what it might be this week?
They've been spoken about on here before.
Yeah.
By you, not by me.
Right. Okay. There you go.
A long time ago. So
there is your clue. So if you can work it out from that, good luck to you. If not, if you hang around for about 5 minutes, you'll hear Kian's listen up tune for this week. So Kian, good luck with the fantasy football this week. Obviously, I don't mean it. We'll see you all next week. And for now, back to the show. Oh, man. So another good week for Kian, but as you heard, a bit of a wrong un really, where his substitute came in and got him a load of points, which actually meant he beat me. So he beat me 66-53, which ultimately leaves him 35 points in front. But there's a long, long way to go yet, and he can't have that sort of luck every week. So at the top, Gary Hamilton and his Carja Warriors, they've gone back clear at the top, 6 points in front after being pegged back last week. And down the bottom, well, Trish Barrett, the less said the better. It's not looking good. The championship calls. So, the world of Sunday morning football. We bring you another classic easy like Sunday morning, and this week it is The Ringer. So what is The Ringer? Well, let me tell you. Sunday football, the inevitable would always happen, and on Saturday night somebody would drop out, leaving you just 9 or 10 players. And with nobody else officially signed on available, you are left with just 2 options. Play the game with less players, or you find a ringer. Of course, most teams will opt for the latter. In fact, I would go as far to say most teams probably still opt for the latter. Anyway, so there are 2 things with the ringer. Never make them too good that they stand out. You don't want to be a bottom of the league side and suddenly call in a striker who hits a double hat-trick in a 7-1 win. No. Bad practice. You basically want someone who can kick the ball in the right direction and who can run about a bit and fill a space to give you an 11th man. An okay player, that's fine. You'll get away with those. So then it's find a player who is not playing. Then find a player not playing who he can be. So let's say, for instance, John Smith is signed on. John Smith isn't available. Fine, your ringer becomes John Smith. But there's something with that. You have to make sure you give them the name that is easy to spell. Do not give them a difficult name. For instance, if you have a Polish lad signed on with a very long surname, do not give it to your ringer. Because when he gets booked, which will inevitably happen, the ringer, he has to try and spell that name. And spelling your own name wrong is a bit of a giveaway that you're probably a ringer. The other use of the ringer is, of course, when you've got players who play Saturday football and they don't want to risk getting banned for a big game the week after. So what you do, you give them the ringer's name. So the ringer is effectively then somebody who is actually signed on. The player playing is actually somebody who is signed on. He will adopt the name of somebody else. So when he's booked, hey presto, my name's John Smith. John Smith takes the booking, he misses no games, and Dave Smith happily plays in his game the week after. The ringer. I will tell you now, every single team in Sunday morning football has used a ringer at some stage in their footballing life. And if they say they haven't, and if any of you out there say you haven't, I've got one word for you. Pinocchio. Because it's a lie. That's why. Easy like Sunday morning. So, the name game. Oh, yes, the name game's back. So we've not had it for a couple of weeks. But here we go, a brilliantly named person in football, and we celebrate their wonderful name. And this week we head to Germany, and a coach currently in position at Lokomotiv Leipzig after spells at a variety of clubs. It's his spell between 1998 and 2003 that we're particularly interested in, though, when he was the coach of no less than Wolfsburg. Now, that will become apparent shortly why that is so good. So for this week's name game, I present to you Wolfgang Wolf. Right, well that's clearly a wolf. That's not Wolfgang Wolf, that's Wolf. A wolf. Why have we put that on the screen? Ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologise for this pathetic production effort. Here's Wolfgang Wolf. There we go then. Wolfgang Wolf, who was the coach of Wolfsburg. You genuinely couldn't make it up. Did they appoint him because his name was Wolfgang Wolf? So they could have Wolfgang Wolf of Wolfsburg. Incredible. I mean, it makes Neville sound a bit tame, doesn't it, to be honest? So the road to Wembley, what's happened? Well, last week it was the turn of the FA Vars and we lost our boys from Tor Point. They went down to a 2-0 defeat. And they went out to royalty, no less. They lost at Royal Wootton Bassett Town 2-0. So we now follow royalty. Little bow to our Royal Wootton Bassett Town friends. I think, let's see if we can get them involved on Twitter, shall we? Let's give them a go. So Royal Wootton Bassett Town, they've been handed another home tie in the next round. So they're now our team. They have Hamworthy United of the Wessex League in the third round. So Royal Wootton Bassett Town, you are now our team. We salute you because you're royalty. So that's what we will be doing. Maybe a crown will be worn if you win the next round. This weekend, back to the FA Trophy. You may remember Marine knocked out the boys from Dunstan UTS, and Marine are our new team. They got a difficult trip this week. They go to Bradford Park Avenue this week in the FA Trophy. So a tough task, but let's hope the boys from Marine can see it through and get into the next round. Exciting news on next week's show. We will be joined by a Walsall fan as we discuss their upcoming FA Cup second round tie with Swindon Town. So keep an eye out for that, because as always, we're on the road to Wembley, Wembley, we are beat the first man, we're on the road to Wembley, Wembley. Now, I can hear somebody coming. Yes, indeed, young Ted, everybody's favourite bear. So how are we, Ted? Absolutely raging, Reedy. Raging, Ted? Why on earth are you raging? What is the problem this week? I am a non-celebrity, get me out of here. No, Ted, that's not the name of the show. Reedy, who the hell are Snoochie Sny and Naughty Boy? Are they even real people? Yes, Ted. One is a Radio 1 Extra DJ and the other is a music producer. But Reedy, if you bumped into them two and you bumped into me and the general public did the same, who would they all recognise? That's a fair point, Ted, to be honest. I think it'd be you. Let's be honest. I think everyone would recognise Ted. No one would have a clue who the other two were unless they had a t-shirt with their name on it. I mean, I would be brilliant on that show, Reedy. Imagine me. Snakes, spiders, the shower scene. I would be perfect. Ooh, the shower scene. I mean, I think, did we really need to hear about that, Ted? Yes, Reedy. It's what the ladies want. Step aside, David Ginola. Oh, good God. Anyway, Ted, have we got any nominations for this week's trophy, the Little Knob of the Week award? If you are new, there is the Little Knob given to somebody who basically makes a little knob of themselves during the footballing weekend. No nominations, Reedy, just some joint winners. Joint winners, Ted? What on earth? Who are the joint winners? Pray tell. Well, Reedy, a couple of grown men acting like tough guys on the touchline. Oh, Ted, it's our mate Mr. Klopp again, isn't it? Sure is, Reedy. Him and Lego hair Arteta jumping around like a pair of Stone Island teenagers trying to start a fight. Oh, so the incident during the Liverpool-Arsenal game when Arteta clearly thought there'd been a foul and reacted, and then Klopp took the ump, and before you knew it, they were like scrappy-do in the technical areas. Put him up, trying to fight each other. Oh, it was pathetic, honestly, it really was. I mean, if ever something was just for show, that was it. They both got their yellow card. But let's be honest, the yellow card is nothing. Because Ted, I don't disagree with you. Jurgen Klopp and Mikel Arteta, you are by far this week's joint winners of the Little Knob of the Week award. So Ted, are you coming back later for How Old the Reveal? Yes, with Escobar, the old Colombian drug dealer. No, Ted, no. See you later, Ted. Anyway, now it's time for a bit of this.
Lookalike EE.
Yes, Lookalike EE, where we find you a footballer and somebody else in the world who, let's face it, is just their double. We've had some belters over the weeks. This week we combine a Spanish international footballer who graced the colours of Liverpool and Real Madrid with a Hollywood film star. So, this week's
Lookalike EE.
Yes, indeed, Xabi Alonso and Jason Bateman. I mean, come on. You don't get this sort of entertainment anywhere else, do you? I mean, I'm a celebrity, would they give you this? Absolutely not. Not a chance in hell. So, time to step away from the madness for a minute. Let's see what musical gem somebody has for us this week. Let's head on over and see what Kian says to listen up to this week.
Hello and welcome back to another Kian Says Listen Up, where I'm going to give you another song to listen to. And this one's a bit weird because at the time I'm recording it,
which is the Tuesday night, it's not been released yet, but it will be released by the time it comes out on Thursday, I think. But the first play was tonight, so it should be out. But it's Burn the Empire by the Snuts. The only reason I can pick it is because I've heard it live and it's really good. You know, when a song's good live, it's probably going to be better on the recording as well. So, I mean, it's very, very like fast, like, I don't know how to really describe it, like heavy rock. So, give it a listen. Burn the Empire by the Snuts. Go and listen to it. If it's out, I don't even know if it's going to be out. It should be out, but if it's not, then wait for it to come out. And that's my song for this week. Cheers.
So there we go, a brand new release for you to listen up to and get stuck into. Burn the Empire by the Snuts, a top band. Their debut album, one of the best debut albums I have listened to. It really is superb. So go and give Burn the Empire a listen. It's only literally just come out in the last couple of days. So get onto that one now. As Kian says, that's what you need to listen up to. The lineal European Cups is all changed. Well, I predicted one change. There was two changes. So what a stunner we had in the lineal European Cup. Bayern Munich holding the trophy away at Augsburg. Well, they lost 2-1. A shocking result. Means Augsburg are now the lineal European Cup holders. So, if they finish getting pissed up, can Augsburg retain the trophy this weekend? So this weekend they travel to Hertha Berlin to try and defend the trophy. So let's see if they can keep hold of it for next week. In the lineal UEFA Cup, the boys from Bochum, well, they lost out as well. They went down 1-0 against Bayer Leverkusen. So Bayer Leverkusen now defend the trophy. And as this show goes out, they will be defending the trophy. And it's a chance for the trophy to come to the UK. So, can Celtic win the lineal UEFA Cup? All they got to do is go to Leverkusen and win. Not easy, I accept. Will it be Leverkusen? Will it be Celtic? By the time you watch this show, let's find out later on in the week. So the bear is returning. So it can only mean one thing, which is time to reveal how old for this week. So are you a bit calmer now, Ted? Not really, really. It's a joke, to be honest. Maybe they're saving me for next year when they're back in the jungle. Maybe that's it, Ted. Maybe they think, Ted, they can get some big stars in for the return to Australia. That must be it, Reedy. There can be no other explanation for the bloke from Emmerdale being on ahead of me. Anyway, Ted, moving on. So your guess for this week's how old? Ah, yes, the Colombian drug-dealing bloke. No, Ted, it's Louis Clément, the goalkeeper. You said his name was Escobar. Ted, his name does include the name Escobar, but it's not the same one. Okay, well, for the safety of my own life, I'm going to say 21. Okay, Ted, well, I don't think an old Spanish goalkeeper is going to come hunting you down anyway. So let's find out. So when this photo of Louis Clément was taken, I can reveal he was 25 years old. How many of you got that one right? Jesus, 25. Of course they didn't really. They're terrified to say anything out loud for fear of a knock at the front door. Okay, Ted, well, you have a good week and see you next week. You will, Reedy. I'm a teddy bear. Get me out of here. Oh, dear God. Well, on that note, that's the end of another show. So thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, head on over to Twitter and follow the guys from Mindaid 2021. And don't forget, next week you are in for a treat, because not only will you have a Thursday episode, you will have a Beat the First Man Mindaid special on the Saturday as well. So for now though, if you have subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't, make sure you click it down below. Don't forget to ring the little bell so you don't miss another episode. But if everybody is on board, ding ding, next stop, Thursday the 2nd of December for what will be episode 66. And as always, guys, for now, stay safe.